Hello everyone, my name is Amna from your loving school KPS Convent. As we are locked down till 14 April, so we have so much time left for ourselves. Now it's up to you whether you want to utilize your time or not. We value your time and education, so KPS Convent School is providing you digital classes because we believe in our school vision, that is to educate a child for a meaningful life. So let's get started. Welcome to the new session 8th class. As you know, this is our book Pearson Mypedia of class 8 and we are starting our session with history. So let's get started. So this is our chapter, as you can see, the modern period in Indian history. Before starting the chapter, it is very essential to know the objectives of the chapter. So objectives of this chapter is first, introduction, second, time frame of history, third, importance of dates in history, fourth, periodization, fifth, modern period in Indian history, sixth, developments in the world, and seventh, study of the modern period. So our first topic is introduction of the modern period. India has always been prone to foreign invasions since its natural wealth attracted invaders from different parts of the world, such as Turks, Mughals, and British. The division of Indian history has been done on the basis of the region of the different rulers during different periods of time. However, this division of history is not the same throughout the world. So our next topic is time frame of history. Indian history is divided into three periods: ancient periods, medieval periods, and modern periods. First, we will discuss about ancient period. Ancient period. This period witnessed the rise of the Indus Valley civilization and the advent of the Aryans. These two phases are described as the pre-Vedic and Vedic periods. The earliest literacy source that mention about India past is the Rig Veda. This period saw the unification and disintegration of various Indian kingdoms. The Mauryan and the Gupta Empire flourished during this period. Buddhism and Jainism emerged as popular religions that challenged the Brahmanical orthodoxy. Medieval period. This period saw the rise of the Delhi Sultanate under the Turks and the establishment of the mighty Mughal Empire at a later stage. The emergence of the Bhakti movement and the rise of regional powers were witnessed during this period. It also saw the arrival of the British and the establishment of the East India Company. Modern period. Aurangzeb's death in 1707 is marked as the beginning of the modern period in Indian history. By the late 18th century, the British established themselves as a dominant power in India. The British ruled India for 200 years and brought about many changes in the social, political, and economical spheres of the country. During the period between the revolt of 1857 and First World War, the dominance of the British Empire reached its highest points in India. In 1915, Mahatma Gandhi returned to India from South Africa and a wave of nationalism swept off the whole of India. That ultimately led to the end of the British rule in India in 1947. Importance of dates in history. Dates are important in the study of history as they help us to understand events in a chronological order. But the usage of time period is considered to be more helpful than dates. It is difficult to assign dates to social, political, and cultural changes that occur during a particular period. Therefore, a span of time is used to describe such changes. For example, the rise of nationalism in India did not occur on a specific date. It occurred over a period of time during the 19th and 20th century. Periodization. Historians prefer to divide history according to different periods. This is known as periodization of history. It helps them to understand the political, social, cultural, and economic aspects of a particular period. It also helps them to compare and contrast different societies and cultures. The division of history into ancient, medieval, and modern period has been done by historians to emphasize on the social, economic, political, and cultural changes that took place during each period. The modern period in Indian history. The 18th century witnessed the downfall of the Mughal Empire, which led to the emergence of regional powers. The political unrest in India enabled the European trading companies, Dutch, French, British, to capture Indian territories and establish their control over them. Mughal Emperor Farrukh Shah granted rights to British East India Company to conduct duty-free trade in Bengal. This step made Siraj-ul-Dowla the Nawab of Bengal and French trading company upset. In 1757, Great Robert Seward led the British army in the Battle of Plassey and defeated the combined Bengal and French forces. After the Battle of Buxar in 1764, East India Company established its rule in Bengal and later expanded its control over the whole Indian subcontinent. From 1757 to 1857, the British exploited the resources of India, levied high taxes, monopolized trade, and followed the divide and rule policy. Another important landmark in the history of modern India was the Revolt of 1857. It was termed as the First War of Independence by some of the nationalist historians, while the British historians called it Sepoy Mutiny. The first political institution, the Indian National Congress, was founded in the year of 1885. It acted as a platform for the Indian to engage in a dialogue with the British and to be a part of the government and its policies. Soon it became the voice of people and the center of Indian freedom struggle. The INC was split into two wings, that is moderate and extremist. Mass movements such as non-cooperation movement, civil disobedience movement, Quit India movement took place under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi during the later half of the 20th century. These movements resulted in the end of British rule in the India on 15 August 1947. So, our next topic is developments in the world. For this, I am going to show you a video. After that, we will discuss it.
Developments in the world. During the modern period, several major developments took place in different parts of the world. Let's learn about them one by one. The first developments during the modern period began with the Renaissance period in Europe. The term Renaissance means rebirth. During the Renaissance period, which lasted from the 14th century to the 17th century, Europe witnessed rebirth or regrowth in the fields of art and literature. Revival of art. During the classical period, art was flat and had little sense of depth. The art in Renaissance period was realistic with concepts of shade, lighting, and proportions. Revival of literature. The revival of literature took place with the invention of printing press, the mariner's compass, and the telescope in this period. The invention of printing press revolutionized the production of books, newspapers, and pamphlets. The mariner's compass was used in sea voyages undertaken by the Europeans, while the telescope was used for astronomical observations. Effects of the Renaissance period on the people of Europe. The Renaissance period had a huge impact on the beliefs and ideas of the people. People expressed themselves through art, science, architecture, music, religion, and literature. Their expressions were based on humanism. This movement developed a spirit of inquiry among the people and also had an impact on their beliefs and ideas. Industrial Revolution. The next set of major developments in the modern period took place during the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution started in 18th century in England and spread around the world later. It changed the European society from an agrarian economy to an economy based on machine-made goods. Effects of the Industrial Revolution. The invention of the steam engine and the use of coal, petrol, and electricity to drive the machines made mass production easy and more efficient. Explorers went on voyages far and wide to discover new lands. Many European powers emerged during this period. Each wanted control over the newly explored places and their resources. Nationalism. The third major development was nationalism. The American War of Independence and the French Revolution led to the emergence of the concept of nationalism. It is often described as the feeling of togetherness among the people belonging to the same historical, cultural, or political background. Nationalists consider themselves as a part of one nation. In India, the feeling of nationalism arose during the British rule. So, if we look back at the developments in modern history, the first major development took place during the Renaissance period in Europe between the 14th century and the 17th century. This period witnessed the revival of classical art and literature. The second major development took place during the Industrial Revolution, which changed society from an agrarian economy to an economy based on machine-made goods. The third major development was nationalism, the principle based on people's loyalty and love towards their country.
So after watching this video, we know that developments in the world was in three phases. First, Renaissance. Second, Industrial Revolution. And third, nationalism. So our next topic is study of the modern period. For this also I am going to show you a video. After that we will discuss it further.
Study of the modern period. There are two types of sources which help in studying the modern period in India: primary sources and secondary sources. Primary sources. The primary sources of studying the modern period in Indian history include administrative records, archaeological sources, surveys, legal documents, diaries, and accounts of travelers and the accounts of eyewitnesses. Let's know more about each of them in detail. Administrative records. When the British ruled over India, the officials maintained detailed administrative records, which provide accurate information about the events of that time. These include written records of their meetings, policies, events, incidents, and plans. The British built archives and museums, such as the National Archives of India in New Delhi, to preserve these documents. Archaeological sources. Monuments are another source of information. The Gateway of India, the Victoria Terminus, Parliament House, and Rashtrapati Bhavan are archaeological sources that give us a detailed account of the styles of the art and architecture during the modern period. Surveys. The British government also periodically carried out surveys to make laws and policies to govern more effectively. These surveys provide accurate information about the people, landscape, and topography of the presidencies. Legal documents. Another source of information about the period came from the civil and criminal law courts during the British rule, who maintained legal documents. Archived at the India Office Records in London, these documents have helped historians to gather information about the justice system under the British rule. Diaries and accounts of travelers. Accounts of travelers who travelled to India in the 18th and 19th centuries, including traders, missionaries, and British civil servants, provide a very useful source of information for historians. However, sometimes these accounts are one-sided and biased and may not give accurate information. Therefore, historians use them with caution to reconstruct Indian history. Accounts of eyewitnesses. Eyewitness accounts provided by the freedom fighters represent the Indian perspective of the British rule over India. These accounts are available at the British Library in London. Secondary sources. The secondary sources of studying the modern period in Indian history include documents from that period, such as books, newspapers, and magazines of the day, letters written by people, pamphlets, reports, reviews, films, and photographs.
By this video, we understand that there are two types of sources which helps in studying the modern period in India, that is primary source and secondary sources. The primary sources of studying the modern period in Indian history include administrative records, archaeological sources, surveys, legal documents, diaries, accounts of travelers, and eyewitness accounts. On the other side, the secondary sources of studying the modern period in Indian history include books, newspapers, magazines, letters, pamphlets, report and reviews, and films and photographs. By this we end this chapter. Thanks for watching. Stay at home, be safe and study well. Take care.